porch swing, waiting on the phone to ring. It would be the game, saying let's drag Maine. We'd all meet down at Norman's Dairy Deal for a burger and fries. It was a special that night. We would stop, park, sit in our cars. We would honk, wave, even stay out late. Those hot summer nights, passing cars and flashing lights. Oklahoma's small town life.
That was Oklahoma Small Town. We have the Country Junction band tuning in all the way from Oklahoma. And this is horrible, you guys, because we went over this and I told you made it easier on me because I only had to remember 2 names instead of 1. And the one name that I remembered is now the one that has 2 of you. So I'm on the line with 2 Kathys and
Christina.
Christina, that's right. I knew there was an A at the end of it and I did not want to get it wrong. So Christina, Kathy, and Kathy from the Country Junction band. And where in Oklahoma are you guys located? Like what area? You don't have to say the exact town.
Pittsburgh County, McAllister.
Yeah. So that song, Oklahoma Small Town, is about a small town that you grew up in, right, Christina? Yes. And you wrote that song?
I wrote that song. Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about the song?
Well, I grew up in Salina, Oklahoma, and it's a little small town, has one blinking light. We did have a grocery store, and we had a couple of gas stations, and we would drag Maine, and we would drag Maine from one gas station to the next and turn around and honk and wave and turn around and honk and wave. So most of, my growing up, when I started driving, which like in 10th grade, so it was all about dragging Maine.
Right. And I can relate to being from a small town. I grew up in the Midwest, and I had lived in a town for a while that had 3 stoplights, but only one of them had 3 colors. The other 2 were just blinking red.
Yeah, familiar with that.
There are definitely a lot of towns in America that are still like that, and we need to keep those towns like that for sure. Too many concrete jungles out here. Lots of memories in those small towns. How long have you guys been performing? I know that there's like a whole slew of you. I'm counting 7. Are there 7 members in your band?
I think there's 6.
Okay.
There's 7. You're right. There's 7 of us.
How long have you guys been performing?
Going on 4 years now.
What inspired you guys to get together and create a band?
Well, our bass player, she was, jamming at her house, and we started going over there, and for a couple of years we just jammed, and then she had lost her husband, and we decided to start just practicing over here. She had a lot of stuff going on, and we started coming over here and practicing, and then we decided all of a sudden to pull a band together. And when she was able to get her life back together, then she started back with us and playing in the band. So we all just been really close. And
were you guys all performing before, or was it like something that you picked up that she was doing?
She was in a band. Her and James, our lead singer, they were in a band, and then their band broke up, and so neither one of them was playing anywhere, and we decided to just come together as a group.
That's pretty awesome. That there's so many stories of how music has brought people together or helped people overcome hard times, and it sounds like you guys just became a huge support network and then decided to make a run of it, and that's a beautiful story in itself, that you guys were there for your friend and that you're all still together. And, I'm sure that that's been a beautiful journey for you guys being able to go and experience that. I know that we were talking about a really fun thing that you had experienced before. I've seen it on TV. So you're saying a small town in your area hosted a masked singer event?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that? Because when you were telling me little bits about it earlier, it sounded like a ton of fun.
Yes, it was very, very fun, and there was several of us that was in it, and I dressed up as a complete red dragon, and put some baby little dragons on my back in a backpack, and sang "One's on the Way" by Loretta Lynn, and I won all the trophies there was to win.
That's awesome. Getting out of your element is such a fun thing to do. I did a bar rescue here, and the thing was like the area was a rougher area, and kind of everybody kind of just down on their luck. And I'm like the type of person that I want to make people laugh, I want to make people smile, I want to make people have a good time. So I was always coming up with like the stupidest things because there was always something different at the bar. That's how they came back. You know, you gotta have your little niches.
Right.
So I ended up getting one of those inflatable rooster costumes where you can like get in it and it looks like you're riding a rooster.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's
And
hilarious.
I had like these tough bikers and their full vests with their patches and everything running around in this inflatable chicken. It was like the most fun thing ever. But
Well, I
being able to have events like that to where you can just like have fun,
yeah,
like that is where it's at for sure.
I have a funny story, kind of like that. How Christina got in the band, and Kathy, the other Kathy here with me, that's a singer in the band. She does karaoke, and she works at one of the places here in McAllister. And so she had a talent contest. And Christina came in a cow outfit with udders, and nobody would leave her udders alone. And she sang, and I went up to her and I said, "Would you like to be in our band? I just love you." She thought I was crazy, and she said yes.
That is like the best. Having crazy friends is where the fun is at in life. Like we all have to grow old, but growing up is definitely an option.
Yeah,
That part is definitely an option. And the secret to staying young is not living the mentality of being old. It's being
exactly.
young. Like it's
Exactly.
we have the choice of whether we grow up or not. Growing old is
Right.
not. You
Right.
have to have fun, you have to laugh, you have to smile, especially if you want to stay looking young. You have to do all of those
So
things.
true. And we do have a lot of fun. We have a lot of memories. Every time we do a show, something funny is always happening.
It's a good element to have. It's definitely a good element to have with your
Yes.
music when you can get out and have a good time and cut up with the crowd and help feed that energy. Um Let me think. I know we played your song, and then the next one we're gonna play actually kind of has a funny story to it itself. Do you want to go ahead and tell us the story behind "I Know I'm a Handful"?
Yes, my husband, he always says I'm a handful, and so the story on this song is just pretty much made up. It's not my life, but I pretty much am a handful. So he kind of just went that way, and Kathy here sings that song.
Okay, we are gonna give "I Know I'm a Handful" by the Country Junction Band just a little preview here.
I was raised with brothers, and they kept me close. when you showed up, baby, with that yellow rose. My brothers didn't like you, Daddy wouldn't talk to you. You just smiled and held me close. I know I'm a handful, that's why God gave you two arms. Part angel in white, part devil in red, when we're all alone. I'm Daddy's little girl, my mama's whole world. You're the first thing and last on my mind. I know we'll keep on going, since the first kiss I was knowing. I'm loving you every day.
That's I know I'm a handful. And that's funny because when you first told me that, and I was like, well, that's why we have two hands, and y'all laughed.
Yes.
I didn't know it's because you were like, no, that's why we have two arms.
Yeah.
It made me chuckle a little bit when I heard it come in there right after that.
Yeah.
Great fun songs. So how many of you, like, that's two different songs, two different writers, and was that two different singers as well?
Yes.
So how many of you are singing? Are you all taking turns? Who all singing for you?
Well, Sherry does some backup with us on a lot of the songs, and then James, he sings, and then Christina and Kathy and I.
That's a whole handful. It's a
It
good
is.
thing we have two hands. That's awesome. And so then all of you kind of just collaborate on the writing. I bet that's like having your own writing circle every time you guys write a song.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
for sure.
built-in critiquing and work right there.
Yeah, because
Love it.
if we see a word or we don't like the sentence, we then we can change it together.
Yeah, it helps to have more minds in the pot for sure. And that also comes with having more minds in the pot is also it helps and you have to do it in a right way.
Right.
I know that we were all born in a world that was not like the world that it is today. So having the ability to, be with a group of people and have those moments, where you guys are all focused on the same vision and all enjoying the same thing, like having your work as a hobby, as like that's your get together, instead of going to the bar for
Right.
friends night, you guys are going to the barn for practice, and it's such an awesome thing.
Yes, it is.
So where are they going to be able to find you at, as far as where are you performing? What area are you performing in? Are you looking at expanding that area?
Texas, and then all over here in Oklahoma, um, Fort Smith, just pretty much all in a 3 hour radius, usually, just all around this area in Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas.
Where do they find your where do they find you at? Like, where do they find your next show? Like, how do they
Oh,
go find that?
we have a Facebook page, and you can follow us, and we always have our schedules on there where we're going to be and what's going on. Um, we have YouTube and Spotify, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so if they want to know where you're going to be at next, definitely go look you up on Facebook, Country Junction Band.
Yes.
All right. Well, is there any other exciting stories or news updates? Anything you want to share before we tell this
We are
story about?
doing, yes, we are doing the Fall Festival in Wilburton. And they haven't gave us that date yet of the Fall Festival. But we will be doing it.
Fall festivals are always a lot of fun too. There's always games, and I'm sure
Yeah.
vendors and food
Yeah.
trucks and all of that good fun stuff. Let's hear the story behind Twice as Much.
Well, James has wrote that song, And it was about a family member of his that was getting married, and what he wanted to say to his wife at the wedding. And so James put this song together for him.
All right. Well, we want to thank you guys for tuning in for Live at Lunch. Kathy, do you have anything to say before we listen to this last song and head out?
I'm always lost for words.
Yes, I'm always lost for words.
I'm a little hoarse right now.
You guys are good. I was wondering if you had a meeting in the beginning. It was like, we're here for moral support. You're doing all of the talking.
So we're moral support.
I usually always talk. That's why my name's Kathy.
Oh, goodness. All right, you guys. Well, check them out on Facebook, Country Junction Band. We are going to listen to this song. And if you know someone getting married, you might want to share this song with them. This is called Twice as Much by the Country Junction Band.
You don't know just what you do to me. I can't help the way I feel. You keep smiling at me just like that. It still takes my breath away. I did my chores in half the regular time. Waiting ain't my favorite part. Supper's good, but I just got to say that ain't what I'm hungry for. I'm gonna love you up twice as much. Just a little won't do. I want 2 portions of your love tonight. Girl, I hope you're ready to. This ain't just a normal rendezvous. I've been waiting all day just to see those pretty eyes on fire. 'Cause I know you feel the same.